What's up, everybody? Morning. Good morning. I'm good. I have a little cold. If you watched the gentleman's panel last night, I was kind of a little detached because um, this weather change is kind of giving me the blues. So I've been drinking some tea. But if I develop anything else, I have insurance, so I won't be on camera coughing and hacking up fur balls and mucus everywhere. Where are you off to for the weekend? Oh, okay, you're off from work. Happy Friday, Miss Jackson. I'm Tracy. Let me see who else. Loyalty, Miss Oliver, Ever Oasis, Jetty Goodman, Grateful One. Hey, it's raining here. It's my usual gas station I come to. Did y'all watch the gentleman's panel? Let's see if my gas is ready. Done. Hey, Golden Goods. I'm trying to get my Halloween outfit together for gentleman's panel. I've decided up on two different things that'll be a surprise. Hold on, y'all. You watched. I was a little out of it, y'all, because I was very congested and I had a headache. So I was, Jay Wilson has that talk a lot spirit. So he was doing a lot of talking, and of course El Teddy, that boy. He's like a broken water faucet. Me and QB are not as I like it more when it's set up that we're taking turns talking, because Jay Wilson, he has a very dominant personality. El Teddy as well. So, uh, but it works for us. And when Duchess Kelly Love was saying he didn't want to be on a panel before because he didn't know us, we had nothing in common. All of us have different backgrounds as far as being gay men. We're not all the same. And I said this yesterday. We're all from different perspectives. Jay Wilson is into church. He's more he's rooted more so from a religious standpoint of being. James Caldwell, he does the female impersonating Milan Treasure. Uh, I've never done that, so he's giving his perspective. El Teddy is into higher education. He's coming from that point. QB is into hip hop. He has his part. I'm me. I think I represent the greater. Me and El Teddy probably represent the greater part of gay men. Um, because there's different variations as far as the educational level. Because I've been to college as well, but I think that we have our different perspectives, and that's what make us work. This guy hit me up on my community board. Dominican girl, Mrs. Because I'm not the kind of person that's
Um, it was offered for me to host the gentleman's panel on my platform. It was actually my turn to do it. I just wasn't comfortable doing it. I'm not comfortable heading the group like that. It's been brought to me, but uh, I'm not vying for attention. I'm not that person that has to be center uh, in the forefront all the time. I'm content with being a supporting person. If I have to get my point across, I will. But I didn't feel the need to do that in some of those. When we were on the panel last night, I was participating, but I was under the weather a little. So, oh yeah, this guy hit me up on my community page, and he was saying, "I thought you were different from Jay Wilson. I'm unsubscribing because you keep this Tracy stuff going." Okay, but where's that energy when Tracy's doing everything that Tracy's doing? Now, some people that are sitting up here saying you shouldn't do this to her or Five Babe shouldn't pop her, let that be her going on your Facebook. Let that be her contacting your family members. What's right about that? What it is people are afraid to try to catch her, call her out on it because they know she'll block them or do something like that. But you can't sit up and try to tell other people they shouldn't do anything and just roll over and let this woman continuously kick them in the side. That's not how it works. You kick a dog enough, it will bite. So you're saying, because she was sitting up there, she posted, she went after other people. Okay, content creators, we can go back and forth all day. But when you take that extra step and contacting other people that have nothing, that have no dog in the fight, if these people are your moderate, that person's moderators or family members, why are you contacting them? I could have been popped Heidi Fly because I know people that know her from Houston. But again, she hasn't came for me like that, so I'm not doing that. I'm not. That's not my constitution. I'm not made up like that. I'm not gonna get dirty with someone because sometimes people deserve for you to get on their level. Sometimes you have to get on their level. But when you roll in the mud with pigs, you'll both get dirty, but the pig will love getting dirty. I have to remember that. Some people they love to keep mess up because they're miserable. My parodies of that girl is not calling her job. I'm not contacting her family members posting pictures of. This is all the things that she's done to people. But yet, y'all, some of the people can get on here and be like, well, you shouldn't do that to Trixie. That's wrong. And okay, well, let her do it to you, and let's see if you'll have the same take on that. This sector is vicious. Hey, Diamond Land. This sector is vicious. Um, but people, I can see how celebrities have publicists and they have people talking for them sometimes because I think the bigger you get as a YouTuber, people start looking at you almost like a reality star. And someone laughed when I said that months ago. But you can see there are reality stars that came from YouTube. And I don't have any aspect of my life that I'm hiding from you guys. Uh, I think if you be real with people, they can see how genuine you are. I could lie and say what my upbringing was, and I came from a middle class family. No, I mean, I came from a family that my immediate family. Yeah, I have older family that owned a lot of property, like my grandparents. They owned land, and our family have a lake in the country that we're leasing out. But this is older family members, like great grandparents and grandparents, sisters and brothers. We didn't. We can go there, but we don't own it like that. But my older family do. They got checks for oil and stuff that we had on property. Uh, my grandmother definitely had. She was the breadwinner. My grandmother and grandfather had all the money, but I lived in poverty as a child, a lot of my life. So I've never. Yeah, certain sections. This sector can be vicious. I think things that you say on here, if I can't sit in front of my mother and father and talk about some of the things, if you think that, think about it. If you're on YouTube and the things that you're saying, you have to erase your videos or you have to make them private. If you can't have those same conversations that you're having in front of people that you work with, maybe your boss, your parents, maybe you shouldn't be doing it, because if you feel what you're doing is that foul, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. I can honestly say there's nothing I've done on here that I would be. My mother saw my Tracy parodies. My mother laughed at the parody. My sense of humor is like my mother's and grandfather, her father. But if you're embarrassed about what you're saying, that's a good indication that you shouldn't be saying it. Hey, shout out to Kwani. You getting on here calling people B's and H's, and you wish their child would get raped. And who does that? You think about if your child brought someone home. Yeah, okay, just think, let this sink in. If your daughter was dating a guy, or your son was dating a girl, and you looked on YouTube and you saw this person ranting and cursing everyone out and just saying the foulest things, would you want your child to be with that person? This traffic is crazy. Look at this traffic I'm in. Okay. And one thing I did. Thank you, Miss Oliver. I appreciate that. Uh, One thing I did do, I did disagree with what Jay Wilson did before, was when Jay Wilson was saying, when BS them were doing things to him, I mean, not to him, but to other people, and there are people doing foul things like Kwani doing things to people, Jay Wilson always would keep his hands. He would keep his hands clean and not be in it. But then when people like that started doing things to him, people ran to his aid and his side. And I had a problem with that before, because I felt you don't have to be the person that they're doing it to. It's foul what they're doing. What if it was black people back in the days that saw other blacks being treated like crap and said, well, the white people are treating them like that, so I'm not going to be in it. It's not me, it's them. But ultimately, it will be turned in your direction. I think Kwani is crazy as hell. I think Heidi is crazy as hell. I thought ZT was crazy as hell. Those types of people, I will block them before they even have a chance to come on my chat, because what they're doing to people, it's an indication of who they are. They're not trustworthy. They're just like an animal that you've raised from birth. And I've used this analogy before. Just imagine Kwani is like a tiger that you've raised since it was a cub. You'll play with that tiger every day. It's beautiful, pretty tiger. You look at it. You can play with it every day. One day, when you're playing with that tiger, it will resort to its predatory instinct. And that play session will turn into you becoming food for this tiger because it's in its nature. I view people like Heidi and Kwani like that. They're good for a short period of time, but they're not trustworthy. They're unpredictable. Heidi was talking about Tracy eggs and roasting her and dragging her for the gods. All of a sudden, her and Tracy are besties now. Did you forget everything that she did? And let me tell you, I tell you guys, I kick it, Brother Jay. I have love for Brother Jay. That's my boy. But I do think when he was turning his head, before he didn't turn his head with, well, I didn't observe all the Treasy stuff with him, but they still were speaking highly of Kwani, and he was liking Heidi. I told Brother Jay when he was cool with Heidi, I said, Brother Jay, she's gonna turn on you. She's not to be trusted. She's gonna turn on you. You better watch how she moves. Your spirit, that discernment that you have, it's malfunctioning because she is not to be trusted. And lo and behold, first chance that Heidi got, she was talking about he had like a herpes in the back of his neck. That girl know that man didn't have no damn herpes. She know he didn't have a herpes. Jay Wilson is a full figure guy. He's full figure. He's rotund. He's healthy. He's country thick. So of course, he may have a little extra meat back there on that noggin. So it may be a few little wrinkles back there. But Heidi made it like he had some type of STD in his head. You know, she made it like he had an STD or something. That's crazy. But when Jay Wilson was saying, I'm not on any team, and you know, when he was saying, you know, I'm not in that, I didn't agree with that because you don't have to do anything to me for me to be on the side of good. But now he is, you know, taking a stance more on people like that because he's been affected. Even when Tracy hasn't doxed me, but I know from seeing what she's done that that's wrong for her to be doxing anyone. I'm not a yes man, and I'm not going to follow you blindly. Good morning to those people coming in. I'm trying to navigate in this traffic, y'all. It's raining. I'm on this freeway. The traffic is not really, it's moving. You just got to drive real carefully because there's like water pockets and stuff on this freeway. I'm probably literally like 5 minutes from my job now. But I'm driving like 60 miles an hour when I'd usually be doing like 80. But you guys, it's just, this YouTube is something because it exposes people. Any personality flaws that you have, they're magnified on YouTube. Because people have these subscribers that are they're yes men, and they're telling them that everything they doing is golden. I told y'all, if I'm doing something and you feel it's foul, you were offended by it, and we can have a conversation on that. That guy that told me he was unsubscribing to me because he said I constantly go in on Tracy. But is he unsubscribed from Tracy? Because if I'm going in on Tracy, keep in mind I'm not doxing Tracy. Keep in mind I'm not going on Tracy's Facebook. Tracy's doing all those things. So did he unsubscribe to her as well? Now when you do all of that, I tell you, you can kiss the blackest part of my arse, because I'm not motivated by having subscribers like that. YouTube is fun for me. It's not my income. And, for him to be up in his feelings, it's like, well, do you have that same energy for people that are doing a hell of a lot more than I'm doing? Or no, you're afraid of them. That's like a person that's a wife that has a husband that's abusive, but she's cursing everybody else out and mean to everyone else. When this Negro is acting a fool, why don't you check him or divorce him? Meanwhile, you're walking around pissed off at the world because you're living miserably. The best thing my mother did was not marry my father. My mother married my stepfather when I was 2 years old, and he had been in my life. But my mother, the best thing she did was not marry my father, because my father was an abusive man. He was abusive. And my mother in another life, I feel she would have been a little diesel Harley Davidson riding stud. When I say that, I mean she would have been a lesbian, I'm sure, because my mother was a tomboy. And but and she would fight all the time. But I don't see her and my father would have killed each other. I'm at the red light now. Let me see what y'all say. Sonya, Balthazar, Dominican girl, T-Mac. I don't like clicks either. What are you talking about in the gutter? John, what are you talking about? I'm in the gutter. How am I in the gutter? What are you talking about? The Wonder Woman. Hey, what's up? Dominican girl, I agree with you on that. And people can see how Five Babe, watch how Five Babe interacts with her people, and watch how BS and Tracy interact with her people. There's a distinct difference. Five Babe will say, if you say something out of line, she'll be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She's gonna ask. Tracy, I'll be like, nope, block. No, no, get out of here. And BS will outright, you could go in there and say hi, and she'll block someone because she saw you in another chat. So how do those two compare? When people, there's not a comparison. Jay Wilson doesn't act like Sean Bradley with Club Chat. Jay Wilson is not sending his subscribers out to go do things. He'll tell you don't do this kind of stuff. Sean Bradley he would goad them on and say, well, ignite, activate. Is that the same? If you think that's the same, you're not playing with a full deck. It's something mentally wrong with you. You're that person that have a badass child and you make excuses for why your child is not the school bully. That's the person you are. Y'all, Tracy's on there. She's coughing, hacking, hissing, growling. She is doing all this stuff because she has no insurance. I know what it is. Tracy probably she's gotten another job, I'm sure. But when you work in that industry that she works in, they probably hired her on part-time. So she's working a couple of days, probably 3 days a week, and they're not offering her insurance. And you guys know how medical expenses are, how expensive they can be. She can't afford to go get antibiotics. Houston, we have like free clinics that you can go to and get get drugs. Lay. But you know what? Jay Wilson was her friend, her mentor. But y'all have to remember, when y'all say that, keep in mind and think about this, y'all. Let this sink in. Some of you that have been married to guys or girls, they were the best in the beginning until you realize what type of BS they had going on. And you realize, okay, this is not the person I met. Or y'all don't sit up here and say that you've never experienced that with a boyfriend or girlfriend, that they were one way when you first met them, and then you realize once you've been around them longer that they were not who you perceived them to be. This is not me. I've always grew up around older people, so I learned to watch people. Hey, Louisiana Queen. I'm going to be in Louisiana in November for, I think it's Bayou Classic. One of those. She was never a good person, Steven. Thank you, Naturally 953. I'll look into that. But y'all, I may do a Tracy skit once a week, perhaps. I don't know, y'all, because I don't really like dressing. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't like dressing that much in women's clothing like that. I don't like it. It's not for me. Even coming out as a gay man, I never wanted to do drag. I just thought it was funny doing the parodies, But, and I was always drawing and doing art stuff, so I can understand the art perspective of, dressing up in drag. And, I try to make the wigs look as bad as I can, but hell, those wigs be new wigs. Hell, they're not going to look like frayed up and everything. Hell, when I put that blonde wig on, I was like, damn, look at this damn silky hair. This is not Tracy's hair. It's silky, and I'm looking like a damn My Little Pony with this hair on. Tracy come through looking like a bush baby with hers. So I can't make I wish I knew how to make the wigs look really old quick. But when I put that wig on my head and it fell down in a long cascade in the wind, I mean, it was so silky. I was like, damn it, this is not Tracy's hair. What the hell am I gonna do? Okay, use baby powder. Thank you. I'll use some baby powder on it, because I'm like, what can I do to make this wig less appealing? Yeah. I want to make it look as raggedy as I can, because when I put it on, I was shaking it and everything, and I was like, well, damn, this wig is not coming out of sync. It's just still staying Okay, that's a good idea. Dominican girl, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Now, the hair will still stay on if I wash it in the washing machine? Okay, white ray. Okay, I'll do that. Because I was like, this is shiny. I was like, okay, this hair is not going to be that believable. Let me just get the hairstyle that looks similar to hers. Stephen J, of course. I want to be into character. I told y'all when I was in school, I used to be like a little class clown. Now, I was quiet. I was always a quiet kid, but when I started being more comfortable, I would be like that kid that danced behind the teacher when she would walk down the aisle. And this is like me in first and kindergarten. I would dance, and people would bust out laughing, and I'd jump back in my seat. I got many a butt whooping because of that. Thank you. Jackie John Deja Vu. Thank you, Lele. Y'all, I'm telling you, when I do the Tracy skits, I always start off with some type of scary movie or suspense type of sound. I'll always finish off with some type of a cartoon theme song or a funny family show song. Miss Hogg, hey, good morning. I would like to do Heidi Fly. Um, I would like to do Heidi Fly. But that would be the only other person. I want to start doing. I I like doing comedy skits, and I like just being, maybe going out around Houston and doing funny little things, and just recording that live. Hey, really, BTV. What's going on? Y'all, I'm in the parking lot here. It's raining. And you see, y'all, my parking lot is usually full, but since it's raining, it's kind of empty. Y'all see this? All that is usually full of cars. People have parked in the garage, but I'm not paying $14 to park. I'm gonna be getting out of my car in a minute. I need to grab my umbrella, finish this banana. Got my little umbrella, y'all. But look at how it looks. Look at this. I should be in bed, sleep right about now. I'm not a morning person at all. y'all. I have to prepare myself. I didn't wear my boots today. I should have worn my boots. I've worn these little brown shoes because they looked cute and I wanted to wear them. But this rain is going to wreak havoc on these shoes. But I'm out of here, y'all. I'll be doing another video today, but not Tracy today. Um, I may do a Tracy on the weekend because I'm not going to do her every few days because doing her can be a little draining. But I like when I do her, I want to give you guys a quality parody. And I'm working on my Heidi Fly video as well. But till then, guys, I will talk to you later. Y'all have a good Friday, and I'm out. All right.